The Hunger Games as a franchise can be quite inconsistent in its greatness. Despite having an incredibly fleshed out world, the storytelling the original films followed became increasingly formulaic. When told through the pages of a book, a story has the ability to feel fresh within the ways it's being written. As films, the later sequels were always well made, but the very nature of its story grew to feel repetitive, rehashed, and somewhat stale. When it was fresh, its runtime was padded so egregiously that they broke one story into two parts, not like in the way of Harry Potter where both films had their own identity, feel, and journey, but a separation of one great film into two average, estranged chunks of media. The only reason I bring any of this up is because I think this franchise has finally found the perfect balance. Going back 60 years is such an ingenious idea. We now get to see in through the back door of the capital of Panem and witness some of the decision-making that led to its ultimate downfall when Katniss Everdeen won the Hunger Games. Our main protagonist this time around is the tyrannical dictator Snow himself in his youth who catches feelings for a Hunger Games draftee. This flip to the storytelling is such a breath of fresh air for this world, and it adds a much more nuanced perspective to the political state of Panem. Tom Blythe as Snow is slick and intelligent, and the writing is so compelling that even though I know who he is and how damaging he can be, his actions make sense despite being morally questionable. Rachel Zegler also brings a fresh take to this franchise with her character Lucy Gray. Gone are the days of the rebellious victor that makes speeches and political propaganda. Lucy Gray takes the spotlight with her voice, which to be honest is a much more powerful way to captivate the youth. Katniss was wooden and insecure in the spotlight, which often made me question how she of all people could be a spark to anything, let alone a victorious rebellion against something as powerful as Panem's capital. Lucy Gray, on the other hand, she's a star. She's a rebel. She is a spark for a rebellion. Other standouts in this cast are Peter Dinklage and Viola Davis, both playing a pair of diabolical minds inside the Capitol that are both integral to the games themselves. The best character in this film by far, though, is Panem. The production value of this movie is extraordinary, and the way this country comes to life is something to behold. It's retro but futuristic, it's luxurious but dystopian. It reminds me of the style of the fallen Soviet Union in its structure design, but flooded with the 60s style rabid American consumerism. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is the epitome of escapism. It's a beautiful film that does not hold back in its brutality or political intrigue. It knows exactly what it is, and is exactly what I wanted from a Hunger Games movie. The characters are well acted, and the world is incredibly fleshed out. It is a very long movie, some might say it feels like two movies meshed into one, but I was never bored and always captivated, and I can confidently say that this film is my favorite of the bunch.
Mr. Snow, what are the Hunger Games for?
Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. My goal is to have an international group of film lovers that can come together and talk about their favorite niche in the whole wide world, movies. So without further ado, go down below and let me know what your thoughts are on the topic. I might not agree, but your opinion always matters, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise.